It only takes one unstable person to cause damage. But the real danger begins when unstable people find each other. When the narcissists, the paranoid, the power-hungry, and the discontent form a circle, a mutual reinforcement system, a hive.
A lone spark dies, a cluster of sparks becomes wildfire.
This is the Sedition Group Mindset. Today, we're exploring why dangerous individuals gravitate toward each other, how they form compact units of chaos, and why a small, coordinated group can destabilize entire governments, institutions, and societies. This wasn't new in ancient Rome. It's not new today. Human psychology repeats itself, era after era, and the Stoics studied this better than anyone. This wasn't new in ancient Rome. It's not new today. Human psychology repeats itself, era after era, and the Stoics studied this better than anyone. A single narcissist is dangerous. A single paranoid thinker can spread fear. A single radical can stir unrest. But when they find each other, when they see themselves reflected in someone equally, wounded, ambitious, fearful, resentful, ego-driven, hungry for recognition, they form a mental alliance, a collective delusion. And in every era, Rome, France, England, America, these groups end up believing they are chosen, justified, persecuted, entitled, above the rules, destined to save society, morally superior. This is how sedition begins.
It starts as conversation. It ends as conspiracy.
Now let's break down exactly why this happens. Dangerous people recognize each other's wounds. Narcissists spot other narcissists the way wolves spot other wolves. People driven by resentment can feel resentment in the air. People who crave power can instantly sense others who crave it too. They don't bond through virtue. They bond through shared psychological fractures. This creates a powerful but toxic glue. They validate each other's darkest thoughts. A lone extremist doubts himself. A group extremist thinks he's enlightened. Inside these groups, members hear things like, "You're not wrong. You're not crazy. They really are against us. You're the only one who sees the truth." This validation produces collective paranoia. Marcus Aurelius saw this firsthand. He wrote, "The unwise strengthen one another in error." They create a moral bubble where anything is justified. Once they reinforce each other's fantasies, they rewrite morality. Treason becomes justice, sabotage becomes duty, rebellion becomes righteousness, manipulation becomes strategy, violence becomes necessity. The Stoics called this moral corruption, driven by ego and fear masquerading as purpose.
When a group makes their emotions sacred, reason dies.
They trigger each other's emotional extremes. One paranoid person is bad. 5 together, they amplify each other. Fear spreads faster in a closed group. Ambition grows louder in an echo chamber. Victimhood becomes a shared identity. Anger becomes unity. They begin to believe someone must be stopped. We must act. We're the last hope. This is the psychology behind every group-driven sedition in history. Groups create courage, not from virtue, but from shared irrationality. Individuals hesitate, groups feel invincible. Seneca wrote about these clusters of dangerous men. Nothing strengthens the wicked more than the company of their own. This false courage drives them toward reckless decisions they would never take alone. They see themselves as victims, and victims feel justified in retaliation. This is one of the most dangerous psychological states. We are oppressed, we are silenced, we are justified, we must fight back. Their moral restraints collapse. Epictetus warned, "A man who believes himself wronged becomes capable of all manner of wrongdoing." And when a group believes it, that's when sedition erupts. A dangerous individual acts out of emotion. A dangerous group acts out of shared delusion. Their psychology becomes synchronized. One person's rage becomes everyone's rage. One person's paranoia becomes shared ideology. One person's plan becomes group mission. One person's fantasy becomes collective destiny. This is why very small groups can destabilize an entire nation, because in their minds, they are not criminals. They are heroes. They are not traitors. They are defenders. They are not conspirators. They are saviors. Marcus Aurelius warned constantly about this. The unvirtuous imagine themselves just. This is their danger. So what do we learn from the Stoics? That sedition doesn't begin with action. It begins with the mindset that forms when broken men find each other. It grows when ego is fed, fear is amplified, resentment is validated, delusion is shared, and group identity becomes more important than truth. This is how a few people become a movement of instability. Tell me in the comments, do you think small groups of unstable leaders are more dangerous today than in the ancient world? And if you want to go deeper into this psychology, watch our next episode. Because once you understand the Sedition Group Mindset, you'll never look at power the same way again. Subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell for the next episode. Thanks for being here with the Stoic Quotient, where ancient strength meets modern life.